Welcome to Soccer We Like It, the mANUTD direction, and today we are joined with Adam. Adam, the man who makes all the pins. If you want any pins, don't forget to contact Adam, and Adam drop his details at the end of the show. Adam, welcome to the show. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good.
And we have Vimal and Princess Sienna representing the UK. Vimal, how are you today?
How are you doing, guys?
Sienna, hello. Say hello to everybody.
Hey.
Is she already doing the soo?
I know, right? Gentlemen, as you know, today we're going to look ahead against the match against Everton coming up on Saturday. Everton played this evening against Burnley. So, which means Everton, United are not playing this week because they're not in Champions League. Everton would have played a game more, but could United take advantage of this opportunity of rest and beat Everton on Saturday? What do you think, Adam?
Well, look, Everton a team ready for relegation, mate. They've been horrendous this year, even with Lampard. You know,
they started well, right? Didn't they start well?
Yeah, they started all right, yeah, but they've just fallen away a bit. I suppose a bit like us, but we've been a lot more consistent than them, I suppose. Look, mate, we should be a walk in the park really for 3 points in this game, but there's nothing showing me that it's going to be easy, because we've struggled against the bottom three teams all year. So who knows, mate? Yeah, I'd love to go in there and say, yeah, we're going to go in there, we're going to win 4-5-0.
Oh, you're a bit worried.
I've got to say, yeah. Look, with Arsenal losing, they've got to fight for that fourth spot. You know, as much as we all sit here and think it's all over for them. Fourth spot, but Arsenal have given up points now, and it's there for the taking. You know, Tottenham's probably going to stay consistent. Conte will give them a rocket if they don't. So,
Arsenal are out of it. It's still in.
100%.
They're still in their situation.
Yeah, but they've definitely given us a sniff. So, you know, we definitely can. Well, these fans have got to go out and fight for it. So, you know. Did I say fans? These players have got to go and fight for that fourth spot, if not for himself, for the fans. So just to prove himself.
The Arsenal mANUTD game is going to be winner takes it all. If it's at that point where we're still trying, when we've still got sniffed, which is in about, I think, 3-4 weeks' time. I'm not sure, but we're going to the Emirates. If we get a result there, I don't know.
The biggest thing is like we're so inconsistent still.
That's the problem.
So that's the biggest problem we've got. So there's nothing that you can turn around and say, oh yeah, it's going to be an easy game against Everton. You know, and I'm sure you know, Lampard will attempt to have his team up for
it. Right, Vimal. Will United take advantage of the extra time to relax, ready for Saturday? Because Everton are playing today. You think they can take advantage of that?
I reckon the players will take advantage. You know, they got more holiday time, more time for, you know, recreation and recovery. Luke Shaw will probably have more gaming time. So yeah, they'll take advantage of the time off.
Yeah.
You know, what does Harry like to do? I don't know. Shopping for fridges or something like that. I don't know. What's he doing in his spare time?
Right. So, Everton on Saturday. Predicted score. What do you think?
Predicted score? Is it home or away?
It's away.
It's away.
Goodison Park.
Away. And the thing is, you know, every team is up for it now against us. They know that we're a bit of a shambles.
7 games left. The season's over, mate.
Yeah. The dressing room split. You got players don't want to listen to Ragnick's coaching methods anymore. You know, we're lost at sea, aren't we?
Completely.
Really lost at sea. We kind of like, you don't know how to get home. The captain's, you know, run adrift. So, you know, we probably get a draw. And I don't know, is it mathematically impossible now to get top 4? Or are we still in
it still is,
race?
Yeah.
It still is. We are 4 points behind Arsenal, 4 points behind Arsenal and Spurs. But they still have a game. They still have the games in hand. 2 or 1 each year. So, if we all play this, I'd like to see where we are when we all play the same number of games. See what I mean?
Yeah. I think I saw a stat the other day that we haven't won a game while Ronaldo hasn't started. That's unbelievable. isn't it?
No,
How
it's
do
We
you
haven't
mean?
won a game. When Ronaldo starts, we win.
Yeah,
When Ronaldo doesn't start, we lose.
The
because
problem there is there's even though he might not score in the game, it's like it takes the defenders with him, which creates other space.
Mm.
But who's coming with no Cavani? It's even harder with no Ronaldo, no Cavani. Who plays
Or
centre forward?
Greenwood.
I'm
Or
really
Greenwood.
disappointed with Cavani as well because he hasn't played for us for a long time.
Yes,
Then he
mate.
goes off into international duty,
And
plays
he
for his
gets
country,
injured.
gets injured. I mean, it just seems to be like a
But he
pattern
was
with
injured. He
Paul
was
Pogba.
injured before. He
Yeah,
was
so then
injured
how is he
before
going to
play
play
for
for
his
his country?
country, and then
Injury,
how
yeah.
does he get released to go and play for his country?
Exactly.
I know, and it
So,
seems to be
so he's
his
saying that he's
priorities are wrong
preparing
as well.
for his So he's saying he's preparing for his country rather than Manchester United.
Yep.
I think he's
Yeah.
given up on this club
I think
Oh,
he
is
is,
it?
mate.
because
Yeah.
he's the
He's
one
lost
that
a
makes
lot of
himself
respect.
available. He makes himself available for the
For his
games,
country.
and so many times he's told Ragnick, "No, sorry, I've got a niggling injury. I'm not going to be available."
Mm.
And then Ragnick says it in the press conference. Cavani's got an injury, and he knows his body better than anyone else. He's not available, and so many times he's not available. And what's he getting paid? £200,000 a week. I'm really disappointed with him now.
Is Donny van der Beek allowed to play this weekend?
No,
No.
because we're
Not
his
allowed to
parent
play.
club.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can't play.
Okay, right.
You'll have to change your banner.
So you're going for a
Sorry?
draw, Vimal, right? You're going for a draw?
Yeah, I go for a draw. You know, Everton will have a nice sparring match with us, and they'll bounce back from their bad form.
Adam?
Yeah, well, I mean, how many draws have we had this season? Like it's,
9.
Mm.
So far, 9.
9 draws.
Yeah.
9 draws. So, you know, it comes down to that midfield again. You know, if that midfield can move forward and create, Ronaldo's going to be back, you would think. I haven't
hope
heard
so.
otherwise, so you would think he'd be back. So, you know, and look, I don't really rate Pickford as a goalkeeper, so I don't
He's
think
England's
he's that
number
great.
one.
He's England's number 1, mate.
Mm.
That doesn't mean anything, does it?
No,
In
he
England,
does
it
make
does.
mistakes.
Does it really mean
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
In
No.
UK, yes, it means a
He
lot.
He does make mistakes, but he's
Yes.
I don't know. He's okay as a shot stopper. He's
He's a
done
good
all
shot
right,
stopper, I must say. He
Yeah.
ain't that bad.
but he makes mistakes, and if we put pressure on him, we can force some errors out of him.
No, the
And
key
that's-
to our game is the midfield once again. Like if our midfield
Always.
comes right. Look, I really hope this weekend Pogba doesn't start. I really hope
Yeah.
he doesn't start
Yeah.
because he doesn't deserve to start for this club. He doesn't.
No.
After what he showed last week, it was and I felt everyone played bad last week, but Pogba for me was a standout. He didn't look interested. He just didn't want to be there. For me, it was like the worst game I've seen him play.
Right.
You know, he was making unnecessary tackles that he didn't have to make. You know, and he was getting himself into positions that he didn't want the ball. I just thought he was all over the place big time, and he doesn't deserve to start this game.
That header. Go on, finish.
I really hope Ralph brings up one of the young strikers from the youth side. You know, I really hope he does. You know, it's time to give some of these kids a chance. You can't go and play a whole youth side like everyone's suggesting because they haven't got the experience in the Premier League and they'll definitely get touched up.
Yeah.
So you know, they just don't have the strength these other players have in the Premier League. So just physically, they're not going to you know, match it with them.
Right.
So, but you know, I hope he tries to blend one or two in this weekend.
I was watching that save the guy made from that Leicester header, and the ball came. Pogba didn't jump. The guy out jumped Pogba. Pogba is 6'3" or 6'4", and that guy jumped way above Pogba, and that header that the guy clawed from inside the goal. I just looked at like, bro, you trying to tell me you could not jump on that ball? It's just
He wasn't interested last week, and you could tell easily. You could tell easily he wasn't interested.
He needs to be
And I
moved
look,
on.
I'm not suggesting that I'm not like I said last week. I'm not suggesting that he had money on the game, but that's what it was look like to me.
He needs to
It
be
did.
moved on.
Like
He needs to be moved on. It's a waste of
100%,
time.
he needs to be moved
It's
on.
a waste of
You
time.
know,
It didn't work out. Let's just move on. Move on.
it did. So Have we heard what Shaw's injury update is?
No.
I can't find anything on that.
He's got a repetitive strain injury in his wrist or something like that.
Give me like this.
He's got some bruising on his thumbs.
Yeah,
Absolute twat. That guy's gone.
yeah.
So, from what we what we were hearing, so Adam, so you're going. You never told us what you're going with. The result.
Oh, look, I think we can.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just take a breath. Breathe.
Oh, mate. I go into games with less expectation. So with less expectation, I really think we can come away with a win. But if we lose, it'll be okay. If we draw, it'll be just like every other week. So I'm going in there saying, yes, we can win.
No, at least you're honest.
We can win, I reckon, 2-1.
Now, this week, ex-players, pundits of MANUTD, who Fletcher and Murtough have been consulting in reference to who United should go with, either Ten Hag or Poch. It seems most ex-players are leaning to Poch. Most recent was Wayne Rooney, United legendary striker, has come out to say he thinks Poch is the right fit for United, including saying he's Premiership proven. Adam, we'd like your take on that point. Wayne Rooney saying Poch is Premiership proven. Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him?
I spoke about this last week, and it was the question I put to you guys. Do you think we should be listening to ex-players?
No.
Do you think we should be listening to ex-players?
No.
And in my view, I want the board to make the decision. Oh, sorry, I don't want the board to make the decision. I want Ralph Rangnick to make the decision.
They ain't gonna
I've enjoyed Ralph, and I've enjoyed what he's trying to implement into this team and into this club. I like his press conferences. There's not too much I don't like about him. Sometimes I don't understand the game plan, but I think that's due to the players.
Right.
I don't want to listen to Wayne Rooney. I don't want to listen to Rio Ferdinand. I don't want to listen to Gary Neville, and I don't want to listen to Roy Keane. I want to hear these boys commentating on games. I don't want them. I want to know their opinion about the club. I want to know their opinion about.
Fletcher and Murtough are asking ex-players what they think, which I think is a stupid move.
Put it to you this way: if they're asking ex-players for their opinion, what are they doing for their job? These guys are paid to make the decision, not the ex-players. The ex-players aren't paid to make the decision. That's what you're employed by Manchester United to make these big decisions for the club. Don't go and ask somebody else. That's why you're there.
That's what we're saying. Vimal.
Yeah.
With the ex-players, most recently now, Rooney saying Poch is the right man for the job. He's Premiership proven. Ex-players all saying Nicky Butt, Rio Ferdinand, Gary Neville all saying Poch is the right man for the job.
Yeah.
Should United board be listening to these players?
No. And this is why I think there's something to read in between the lines here, that perhaps the board have made a decision, and perhaps the British contingent have also been notified through the PR machine. Perhaps that, look, this is the guy that the board want to go for. And the reason they probably want to go for Pochettino is because he's willing, I believe he came in for an interview, and he's willing to work with the current squad, and there won't be too much of an overhaul, which basically means there won't be too much spending going on, because obviously the Glazers don't want to be spending a lot of money. Whereas Ten Hag probably knows that this squad is pretty poor. Yeah, and he would do a massive overhaul. So I think in the long run, over the 5-year term, it's going to be cheaper to hire Poch. And I think that the message is out there amongst the ex-players, the PR machine. Look, this is the man we're going to go for. Can you endorse?
It does make some sense.
Can you show your support for Poch?
Adam, what do you think about that?
That it's a PR. PR.
That overall,
Sorry.
Pochettino is going to be cheaper to have over the 5-year term because he will work with existing squad. He's also quite keen on the youth because that's what he did with Spurs.
Well, all you have to do is look over
Ten Hag is also keen on youth.
Yeah, but all you have to do is look at the way United's been bored and everything like that's been going over the last few years. So it just wouldn't surprise me. You know, they went and threw Ollie in because he knew he'd be a fan favourite, and he won, you know, a lot of games in a row and got us to second and everything like that. So then you go and give him another contract, you know, which everyone, all the fans knew it was the wrong thing to do, but they still went ahead with it. And then, and now this seems to be. I'm hearing by the end of next week we're going to know. And I said that a couple of weeks ago.
But do you know who the fan favorite is now for the manager?
Who?
It's Ten Hag.
It is.
All the fans want Ten Hag.
Yeah, right. Ten Hag. Yeah, I thought you were going to say something different. Then I was thinking, what?
No, the fan favorite is Ten Hag, but the existing setup seems to want Poch.
And apparently, before I came on, I read Manchester Evening News. I don't know how true it is that there's a divide in the dressing room that certain players have voiced out they want Poch, that Poch will suit United. And these might be the players who are scared of being kicked out or removed if Ten Hag comes in. So they'd rather he comes there, babysits them, powder them, make them feel like we got someone coming in. Is that Emad?
It's going to be Emad.
Right. So, yes, that is where we are. Hello, Emad. Welcome on.
How are you, boys?
How are you?
Right.
Good to see you, mate.
New location this week, huh?
Yeah, from the El Garage.
El Garage.
Nice. How you been? You good?
Mate, been busy working night shift. I know you know how that feels.
I know the mate.
Yeah.
So Emad, just bring you up to speed. We currently are on the part of whereby most United ex-players, Gary Neville, Nicky Butt, Wayne Rooney, most recently are saying they prefer Poch because he's Premiership proven. Now, the team members of the current squad, there's a sector who believe Poch will be the most ideal suit for the position. When do United players start picking managers? When has a team decided we want this player? That's not, you play your part and the board decides who you need. There's too much power to these people these days. Come on.
100% agree. Yeah, I think this is modern football now, where we've spoken about this in the past. I know Adam and I have as well, about player power. And that plays a big part in what goes on in today's footballing world, where a player, however big his name is, you know, has a lot of say in who comes in and who doesn't come in. And unfortunately, it's just the way of the game at the moment. And it shouldn't be happening, especially at a club like Manchester United.
If it was a team that was winning trophies and they were bringing another manager, they're like, oh, he might change our winning style. I can understand that. These guys haven't won a sausage in 5 years, mate. So what are they even bragging about? So I don't get it.
Yeah, see, if it was a team winning trophies, Tim, you wouldn't have to change managers.
Yeah, maybe say like someone like Pep now, he wants to leave. You know, he's done his part, he wants to leave. Then players say, no, we kind of don't want that guy. These guys, what do they have to show? Not even a Carabao Cup runner-up. They haven't got there.
Yeah, no. I don't think our squad, like the United squad at the moment, the current squad, they don't have a leg to stand on. I don't think they should. They're not in any position to be pulling any sort of throwing the weight around at all. No, I don't agree with that at all.
So, from like what Vimal just said, the fans' favorite is Ten Hag, but the board, ex-players, some segment of the United current team want Poch. Oh, he used to take Luke Shaw to work. Who gives a monkeys about that? And how far did that go? Because now he wants man. That's even part of the reason why he's so fucking lazy.
Yeah, that's swear jar stuff, mate.
Beep. $1 in the penalty box, please.
All right, should I send it back? Zell.
He's gonna have to take out a mortgage soon.
That wasn't me.
This is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. This is just so stupid. Oh, that's not part of swearing, is it? That's not.
What, stupid?
Yeah. That's
No.
that's all right. It's just the F word,
That's all
right?
right. Yeah.
I think stupid and dumbass are permitted.
Okay, right. No, it's just these dumbass players who are just incompetent. I'm sorry. They haven't got a leg to stand on, let alone saying we want this manager, that manager. Come on, man. So
Yeah, I don't know where I sit on this whole Poch versus Ten Hag thing. I'm no Ten Hag expert. I have not seen a single Ajax game. I cannot tell you,
right.
yeah, I like his style of play or any of that. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say this is what I've seen and what I like. Poch, we know who Poch is. We know what he's done.
And he's failed more than he's had failure than success more.
The other thing as well, the players, the current squad will probably suit Poch's style because it's also very counter-attacking. So he'll try and win the ball back wherever he can on the pitch and counter-attack fast, and he expects fast players up front, and that kind of fits the squad that we have because that's what we played under Oli. And we'll be looking for a young fast striker to replace Cavani.
I would take
Ten Hag.
Sorry, Vim. I'll let me just cut in there. I would take Poch on one condition: if we could clean out the whole squad, and let him build his own squad from scratch.
Yeah. But that will never happen.
No,
because the whole point of taking Poch is that he will work with this current squad and get the best out of them.
Yeah,
and most of them are scared of being cut from the squad.
Ten Hag
so they want to
overhaul. Ten Hag will overhaul that squad.
I don't think
because if you see how Ten Hag plays, he wins the ball back in the final third. They set traps. They set traps for the defense and the goalkeeper not to be able to get the ball out, and they win it back in the final third, and they score immediately.
Kind of like a high press, right?
It's so high press and it's so high tempo that literally the opposition doesn't know how to get out of their own half.
Right.
And they squeeze the pitch into one half. That literally the entire game is played in the opposition's half, and that's how Ten Hag sets up his teams. And this squad, I won't have the legs to do it. They can't do the gegenpress now. Under Ten Hag, it's going to be even more intense.
This squad can't do anything. No. They can't do high press. They can't do counter. What the hell can they do?
Yeah,
what, concede goals.
Yeah, so Ten Hag, if he was to come in, he would get rid of half that squad from day
one.
Half. Yeah,
that's minimum.
Yeah.
So
overall, in the long term,
the squad more than this one. I've never disliked the United side or United. And I've never disliked the United squad more than this one at the moment.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It's so toxic. Yeah. It's so toxic, and it's like the loudest noisemakers who have nothing to show for the noise. If you want to beat your chest, like we are the current champions, but they absolutely won nothing. So they have nothing to even beat their chest for, apart from I forgot, they top one of the highest earners, then the top league of earners. They win that trophy hands down. They win there.
Wasn't it like the top 30 players, highest earners in the Premier League? 10 of them are Manchester United.
Yep, 10. That's from one club. That's from one club. So what does that United board say? And what the other clubs have? Our clubs have got players who win trophies, not getting as much money. We have high players and we no trophies.
You see, this is the dim view of the club, right? They're happy to be the top payers in terms of wages, but then they're not happy to go out and get the best manager who's going to do the best for the club in the long term, which is going to be Ten Hag, because he will overhaul this squad. It doesn't make sense. Is the club happy to pay big wages and not win anything? Or do they want to go back to where we were and be the top club in England? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
make sense.
I think what the fans want and what the board want and what the players want are not the same. It's three different. The fans want trophies and success. The board want commercial endorsement and money merchandise money coming in, and the players want to just be left alone on high wages. That's what the problem is. They don't want trophies. Those players don't want to win anything. Seriously, think about it.
Yes, but what do the Glazers want? Do the Glazers just care about their dividends and their profits, or do they want this club to be what it was under Fergie and co?
I don't know
No,
anymore. I thought that's what
yeah.
they wanted. But I
Feels like
thought
they've
when
lost
your
their way.
club is the best in the world, you generate more revenue.
Yeah,
I would have thought that.
because with the playing style we have, how many fans do you reckon we are really losing? The plastic fans, the fans that have just supported Man U because we were, the flip-floppers. How many of those are we going to be losing? We had
A
1
lot.
billion fans at one stage, I believe.
Yes.
How many have we lost in these past few seasons now, I wonder?
I would say no more than 2 million. No more.
2 million,
Plus-
that's all.
Yeah.
The thing is, the kids, right? The kids, they flitter between clubs.
The TikTokers who do.
Yeah,
okay.
and they say, "Oh, I like Man City because they play really nice football. They like Liverpool." I've heard kids say, "Yeah, I'll support Liverpool and I'll support Man City the next week because they like the way they play football." These are the so-called
Plastic.
fans who have really made their mind up.
Look,
Yeah.
usually it comes down to, like, if you're a madman like myself, when it comes to United, your kids will follow you. Your
True.
kids will follow you. But I know in Australia, I mean, the three clubs that everyone hears of is Manchester United, Manchester City, and Liverpool. Manchester United and Liverpool would be the two big ones here in Australia because of their 80s for Liverpool, for sure. Yeah,
That's
and
based on nostalgia. What
That's
about
right.
current trends?
Currently, most
trend-
kids would go for whoever's winning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So where's our trend taking us? If we carry on this path, we're going to be losing our fan base.
But you
But
find
I'm fine
this
with that.
younger-
I'm fine with that.
But does it coincide with what the club needs? Because the club needs more fans to buy more shirts and sell more merchandise
But
and
what
get
you
more
see,
sponsorship
Jim,
and more viewership. So it doesn't stack up. What does the club want, and where are we going with our trends?
And if the club is not successful on the field, fans are like, these guys are a bunch of losers. I don't need this. See what I mean?
But what you see now is the trend. It's called they call it Player FC, and you see this a lot in the NBA, where a certain player will get traded to another franchise or another team, and then they just support that player that goes to that team,
Yes.
and they'll buy that player's shirt. And you see that now in
Yes.
football.
Yes.
You
That's
see
that's
a
true.
lot of fans representing, like we, I feel like because we're fans of United, we represent United. So you see a lot of younger fans these days representing these players.
That's
very
true.
There's a lot of people, Emad, that do that with Ronaldo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, just here. Like, it's funny. I was starting talking to someone. It's probably a few months ago now, and I sent them a Ronaldo name set, and I said, "Oh, is your young fella a Manchester United supporter?" No, he just follows Ronaldo wherever he goes. And it was the first time I ever heard of it. And he's a young kid. He's only really young. And he's just starting off his football. He's only 5 or 6 years old. But yeah, I was actually taken back by that because I've never heard of it before.
No, it is what it is now. A lot of fans follow who the player goes, because I know, like you said, in American basketball here, LeBron James, he went from Cleveland to Miami Heat to
Back to Cleveland,
then to
LA.
Lakers. Some teams, fans started supporting those teams because he went to those teams. They're following the player.
That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. I've never heard of it before.
And a lot of United fans still followed United. They started following Real Madrid and hated Barcelona. Then followed Juventus and hated AC Milan and Inter Milan. When Ronaldo went to those places.
I suppose for us growing up, like for me especially, like I started following United because of Eric Cantona.
Right.
I remember my dad used to wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, just watch him play. And so I used to watch him play because remember, Adam, you'd remember, get Match of the Week on SBS.
100%. Yeah, on a Monday night.
It'd always be a United game.
Yeah.
It was a United or a Liverpool game, and more often than not, it was a United game. And my dad used to always say, just watch him play. So, You know, I used to love watching Eric Cantona play, but then as I kept watching him play, it grew into, I love watching United play. I love this club. You know, this is my team. But now, like I said earlier, they follow this trend. Wherever the player goes, that's where the fan goes. And
That's true.
Unfortunately, that's just the way
And
it
they
is.
pick up
But at the
social
end of the
media
day-
along with it.
At the end of the day, club owners, no matter who the owner is, whether it's the Glazers at United or, you know, the Cronkies at Arsenal, whoever it is, once they get that player, those plastic fans are going to come with them. They're going to buy that shirt.
Yeah.
They're going to make their money. And
Follow
whenever
them on
they
social
ship
media as well.
That's it. And whenever they ship that player off, all right, but they've made their money.
Very true. That's
I mean,
where football is. That's where society is today.
Yeah. What were the shirt sales on Ronaldo on his return to United? Ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, mate. The
Ridiculous.
first week, I think they ran out after 2 weeks. They were literally out of stock for 2 weeks.
They were
People
saying
had
that
to order in advance.
the shirt sales initially, Ronaldo covered his fee
Bloody hell, mate.
for the first year.
But
see,
yeah, I
but
was,
then
I was looking up on that. I don't think the club makes that much money out of that club sales, out of those sales. I think
I think
Adidas
it's
is the
something
one
like
that makes the
5%,
money.
isn't it?
Yeah,
5%
it's
or
not
something like that.
much.
It's quite low.
In
Right.
saying that, right, because I remember seeing the pictures of when Ronaldo re-signed with United, and I saw the fans lined up outside the megastore. I'm not going to say all those fans are plastic fans, right? A lot of them are match-going fans who love the club, but they're also the same kind of people who are going to
Who
say...
never saw Ronaldo first time around.
I'll give you the perfect example of.
But they're also the same kind of people who are going to say Glazers out as well, but they have no issue with lining up at the megastore. That's my
I'll
point.
give you the perfect example of what Emad's talking about following a player, okay, with our fans, okay. So every week, a lot of my player of the year so far is David De Gea, okay, and I'm sure it's most fans' player of the year so far. I've seen games where Manchester United have got their app and the fans vote for their player of the month, okay. I've seen Ronaldo get player of the month probably 4 or 5 times this season, where he hasn't even been close to being player of the month. And it's happened again this month. Like, if Fred hasn't been our player of the month this month, I'll give it away.
I think
Yeah.
the hat trick of March that gave him that one.
That's one game, yeah.
Yeah, but that's one game.
That was one
This
game.
is what drives
But
me nuts
that
with our
game
fans.
In
That's
UK,
one game.
In UK, that was goal of the week. The first goal against Spurs. That shot from.
I couldn't care less. He hasn't been player of the month. He was player of that game.
Mate, I don't
He scored
vote.
one goal before that, and that was in January.
Mate, I
So,
don't make the
you know-
vote. It's not me.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So it's absolutely ridiculous when
It
you got
is.
fans that go and vote for a person that hasn't been the player of the month, and he just continually gets it. It's a fraud vote. It is.
It is.
De Gea should have won it on 2 or 3 occasions
But
instead
he
of
has
Ronaldo.
He has won it this season twice. I think he has. I think
Twice.
David De Gea-
He
David De Gea
deserves it more than twice, just quietly.
Fred was definitely.
That
Fred
just
was
shows
definitely
how
player
bad
of
the
month this
defense is.
Fred's been outstanding this month, or the last month.
Oh, we'll see if he gets
Yeah.
the one of April then.
He won't, because he's not a fan favorite.
Oh well.
He won't get it. Ronaldo will score on the weekend. Next thing he'll get it, because
I
this
just
is
want us
how
to
our
win the game
fans
against
think.
Everton. I couldn't care less if they win. But I see
And-
what
and-
I see what I mean. I see what I mean.
We're
And it's
doing-
not
we're
so
gonna do
much. It's a
Everton a favour.
certain. Sorry.
We're going to do Everton a favour. I can see it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Look,
Ronaldo-
I want to. What do you call it? I don't want to suggest that it's a certain race that gets involved in these votes, but you can read online some of the comments that you read online, and I'm not part of hardly any groups, but I often just go onto Manchester United's app and I'll read some of the comments that are on there, and they absolutely blow me away with some of the comments, and it's always the same race that goes on with the same garbage. It's absolutely crazy.
Such as what kind of stuff are they posting?
Look, Ronaldo can be the worst player on the pitch, but yet they'll give him a rap, or if Ronaldo was there, we would have won the game, or you know what I mean? It's just this person's got to go and that person's got to go, and But it's just ridiculous.
Right. Emad. The
Yes.
game
And
against
Emad knows what
Everton.
I'm talking about.
I was going to ask Emad.
He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You keep that redneck away from me, mate.
I bet it's you two posting on the Man United board.
No.
The Everton game on Saturday. What's your predicted score?
Not like it matters, but where's it at?
Goodison Park.
Goodison.
I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2. So no, Vimal is going with a draw. Adam is going with. This is what Adam said. If you don't expect too much, you won't be disappointed.
Oh, he's 100% right.
Well, we got a night out on Saturday night for our supporters club, and I asked Emad, "Are you coming in?" And he goes, "I'm not going to go. What's that rubbish?"
I'm not gonna go.
And it's an awesome kickoff time too. It's 9:30.
But it's not worth
The
the
thing
drive
is-
in to drive home, and I've got the shits. I'm not going to go in there to get pissed off and drive home. Can't do it.
I don't blame you. It's got to that state, mate. It's got to. That's where we are with United these days.
The thing is,
I think it's a draw. I think a draw.
The thing is,
1-1.
Van der Beek, who's it going to be rooting for on Saturday?
Exactly. He probably root. I don't know. That's a.
He'll be
He'll be going for Everton for sure. He wants his spot back. But and look, he would know. He would know who's coming in. He would have talked to. He would have talked to the managers who's coming in. And
Is he injured? Was he injured last game against who they played?
Yes, West Ham.
He's injured.
Yeah,
I
but
was
he's
gonna
not.
say-
We can't. He can't play against his loan.
Yeah, I know, but I know he can't start because we're the parent
Club.
The parent club. But has he even been starting every game since he went to Everton?
He hasn't.
He
So-
started
No,
the
he hasn't, no.
first four. I think he did.
no,
But
he came off the bench, didn't he? The first game he went there. I think he came off the
The
bench.
first game he was brilliant.
Yeah, he was
man
of the
It was a
match.
revelation, and then
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
for Martial as well. And then they just kind of petered off a little bit.
Yeah, I heard Martial's not having a crash hot time over it.
No, Sevilla fans don't want him anymore.
Sevilla.
They've been booing him.
No,
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh, really?
Go back to Old Trafford.
Mm-mm.
Is that how they've been saying it?
No.
This is where's he gonna? This is what we're saying. This is the problem. Where's he gonna go?
But see, players like Martial prove that the club wasn't wrong about him. The fans
Yeah.
aren't wrong about him. Or the fans that do say, well, you know, his attitude stinks and all that. We're not wrong about him. You can see it. It's visible.
Of course, it's visible. Apparently, he just divorced his wife. Apparently, from what I was reading.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The marriage
And
is over.
I thought he
Oh,
was
he
quite
divorced his
moody.
wife.
Yeah.
I thought he was quite
I'm
moody because he
shocked.
couldn't spend enough time with her. That's what the story was past few years. That he was missing his wife and
Mate,
he was moody.
His
because of
wife's
that.
an absolute muppet. Have you seen her on online and stuff like that? The shit she posts online.
What's her name?
She.
Oh, I don't know. How would I know? That's-
I thought you were on trend with all this stuff, Adam.
Mate, there's no.
Wags
Doesn't know her
shit.
name. Doesn't know her name, but he knows all the crap that she put.
His follows her on Tumblr.
That's because it's in the news.
Right. So this
It's
is
not
where
like it'd be
this
a
is where
ball of
United
fun
are.
anyway.
Everton on Saturday. I see a draw. Everyone has
He's got
speaking
no
of draw.
personality, man.
No, he doesn't.
Who? Martial.
Martial.
Mate, it's just moody, isn't it? It's
He's a
moody.
moody sword.
It's like,
I can't
yeah,
imagine
I'm
him moving the
moody.
ball like in a ball of excitement at home.
It's infectious.
Yeah. Oh, Melanie De Cruz. Well, she looks all right, huh?
Oh, thanks for that, mate. I need to know that.
You can follow on Instagram now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is he punching above his weight?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
definitely, man. Have you seen her?
Definitely, yeah. I know
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah.
They have
Alright.
they have a kid together.
Do they?
Yeah.
It's usually what happens.
Yeah.
Remember,
At least he's not firing blanks at home, eh?
he ain't
He's firing
Yeah,
blanks on the
yeah.
pitch.
Yeah, shoots, he scores.
I think Ole.
He's
said
not
he
worried
was-
about a wrist injury like Luke Shaw then.
She's the one who said. She's the one when
50
Ole
million
said. Ole said he was injured. She went on social media and said he's not injured. And I think the recent one with Ragnick, I think Ragnick said something against Martial. The wife said something, or he said she's always coming behind Man United manager to correct them that her husband's not injured or blah blah blah. She's very vocal.
Yeah.
She's very vocal.
On her own social media, that is, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we are. I don't know, man. I don't know with this United squad. They're all looking for Poch. I don't think Poch is the right guy. I just can't see Poch taking United.
I watched your video, Tim, about
there's the happy couple, or not so much. You can see.
It looks like he's about to drop the album.
Sorry, Emad, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I watched your video about, when you were talking about Poch being Premier League proven. And
yes.
And I think you brought it. You can not compared him to Klopp or whatever, but and saying like Klopp wasn't Premier League proven.
Yes, most of all those successful managers were never Premiership proven. But look at what they achieved. So just because Pep Poch has been in the Premier League, he was there for Southampton 3 years. He was at Spurs 3 seasons, and he won nothing. So how proven can he get?
How many years was Klopp at Liverpool and won nothing?
It was 3 years. He got
to 2 finals. I think in those years he got to finals and was runner up to
He ran 8th in his first year.
Yeah,
ran 8th.
I think,
and then he went to 5th. I think it was.
But before he came to the Premier League, he was brought to the Premier League without. He had won something in Germany, right? He had never been in the Premier League before, but he found his way, and look at where they are today. Pep, same thing. He had won everything elsewhere, but nothing in Premier League. Mancini, Pellegrini, even Conte. Poch has been in the Premier League, so he has not won anything. Nothing. The best he got was the Champions League final, and he flucked that up against Liverpool.
Yeah, I can see your point, but I'm not defending him, but I think with Klopp, and they trusted the process for that 3-4 years, and he won nothing because he had to find his way through. And like, I know Ten Hag has won some trophies in Holland, but it's the Dutch league, and no disrespect to the Dutch league, but it's a one-horse race, yeah.
But he's done exceptionally well in the Champions League against European teams, and that's where they're really judging him, because he's gone there with a very inexpensive squad, a very young squad, and beaten some of the better teams, and beaten them convincingly, and that's where he's been analysed. Not the Ajax, not the Dutch league.
Expensive squads, and money isn't always going to. And I know that, like, I'm not saying like it's gonna. I'm sort of contradicting myself because I look at clubs like Liverpool, not Liverpool, Manchester City, and saying like money doesn't buy success. Well, clearly it does for them. Man.
For them, but on the right manager.
For Ten Hag, and this is what will come. What you said earlier of him. For Ten Hag to come to United, it has to be a squad clearer.
Yes, I agree. And that's the thing with Klopp and Pep, that they waited for them to come in, imprint their style,
clear out,
show the identity of football that they want to play, and then build a squad around the manager. And that was the vision of those two clubs. You build a squad around the manager.
Yeah,
we haven't done that. We're doing patchwork.
I wouldn't even put Pep in this conversation because although...
But they did build around his philosophy.
But his philosophy is built around money.
Yeah, he does spend. He does have that Jose.
Before Pep, there was Pellegrini, there was Mancini. They won titles. Both two managers before Pep won titles.
Yeah, but I understand that. But if you look at the squad that City built before Pep and when they won that title, and compare that to what we spent at United. And the squad that Sir Alex won in his final season,
2013.
Yeah, look at that squad that won that title and compare it to what they spent at City when they won it the season before. Yeah. I guarantee you we didn't spend as much.
No.
We only bought in. I think we only bought in Van Persie.
Yeah, but the past 10 years we have matched their spending. Yeah, we just didn't have the right manager to buy or target the right players that we need to fill in these gaps. And it seems like there's a lot of patchwork going on. Just buy whoever you can, and let's see if it fixes a problem.
Yeah,
I think
the
Ten
issue,
Hag
filling in the gaps and papering over the cracks. That's
It is.
Yeah,
We've been
and we
doing
can't do that
patchwork.
anymore.
No,
we can't do that anymore.
it's not working.
And I
mate.
think Ten Hag knows exactly the type of player he needs, because he's done that at Ajax. Even Pep, right? He buys players in. I don't know who. I can't remember. He bought a couple of defenders in. He bought that goalkeeper in.
Remember, he got rid of Joe Hart.
They're out
Remember, he got rid
straight
of
away.
Joe Hart. Remember the first
Yeah,
game?
Joe Hart, Claudio Bravo, the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
How many goalkeepers did he get through? Yeah. Otamendi, you don't see him anymore.
Oh, exactly.
Pep spent more on his defense than the US military.
There you go. But why did he do that? And you could see the result. You see the result. We are spending money on the wrong players in the wrong positions. That's where I think United are lacking.
I think ours are all impulse buys,
impulse buys and overrated players
before someone else does.
I think they're also second-rate buys. We can't get the players that we want. We can't get our first targets.
That's true. That's very true.
We always get the second and third choice.
Right.
And I think this is what a lot of managers were grumbling about. Jose especially. He wouldn't be able to get his choices.
First choices.
And then, he implodes, and you see it in the press conferences. The other thing as well, I don't know if you saw, there was an article out today or yesterday that Rangnick is being constantly sidelined now.
Yeah.
Because you've got the technical director, John Murto, Fletcher, and so on, holding those reins. They are probably worried that Rangnick's going to, start to take over in that role, and they've sidelined him.
Yeah.
Even more, that when he goes into consultancy role, they only want him to work 6 days in a month.
Imagine that. 6
days a month. So they're kind of
probably going to be on Zoom calls.
Yeah, and they've not gone to him.
But it's a consultant's role. It's not like a full-time gig. So
yeah, but
he's like a freelancer, more or less.
Yeah, but I would have assumed it would have been a lot more, because that guy is a club builder. He's taken clubs from nowhere up to the first divisions in their respective countries. And this guy does have a lot of footballing knowledge, much more than Fletcher and Murto.
And
Fletcher. Why wouldn't you tap into that knowledge? And the other thing as well is that they don't involve him in the recruitment process. They didn't involve him in the manager, the new manager. And he is just basically told, your job is to go and fix this team and get us the best position you can this season. And that's all we really want you for. We don't want any of your other experience. And I think they're really missing a trick there.
And the players have started to stop listening to him.
Yeah, so if the management is sidelining Rangnick and the players see it, then what do you think the players will do? So there is some real problems at this club that we are getting drip fed.
Think about it. If Poch comes, a lot of players will feel, if he comes, my job is secure. I won't be leaving. Someone like Luke Shaw, you think he doesn't want Poch? He wants Poch to come.
He wants Poch,
he's just like, tell us your days are numbered, because when Poch comes, I'm back on the left wing. Think about it.
Job security.
Yeah. And
Wan-Bissaka, all of that, they're all excited that Poch is coming back. I don't want him there. He's just not the right guy. He's a yes man, and he comes across as a weak man. I don't know him personally, but he comes as he's too friendly. Kind of like another Ole to me. That's how
he will yield to that board. He won't rock the boat enough. He will yield to that board. He will do what they want him to do. Ten Hag is not going to put up with that crap. He's got a much more fiery personality.
And if he comes with Van Persie as his assistant, what do you guys think of Van Persie being Ten Hag's assistant? Emad, quickly.
I think I'm over this whole former player being in a dugout. I'm over it.
We've only had Ryan Giggs as an assistant, is it? Ryan Giggs? Oh, Ole.
Ryan Giggs, Michael Carrick.
That's true. Oh, shit.
Who Giggs have with him? He had the class of 92 sitting on the bench there. I'm kind of over it, I'm kind of over hearing the ex-players still talking about the club, thinking that you just know that they all sound like puppets now. What I'd like is...
You're not a fan of it?
I think there is
Nah.
an element of control there.
I want
the club.
Adam,
I'd like to see a fresh slate.
if Ten Hag comes, are you a fan of Van Persie being his assistant?
I'm sure. Look, assistant manager, is that correct?
Yeah, he'll be next.
Is that what he's going to be?
Assistant coach.
Assistant coach.
Assistant coach. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, don't know. How good is he? Well, what's he proven? That's what I mean. Like
As a coach, not much.
as a coach, yeah. That's what I mean. So I don't know. It's no different to Ollie's setup, really. If you bring in Van Persie in, it's not like our current players are going to look at Van Persie and go, I've got the utmost respect for you because you're a United legend. Because he's not a United.
He was there 2 seasons, right? 2 seasons.
Sorry, Emad?
I'd like for Ten Hag to come, but Van der Sar come with him as well.
Van der Sar.
Oh, that's impossible, eh?
No way.
The guy's CEO of Ajax.
Yeah, I know it's impossible, but I'm saying, and that's why you probably see Ten Hag being so successful within that club, because he and Van der Sar are on the same page, reading from the same book. They know exactly the direction they want.
But this is what we're hoping with Ralph Rangnick and Ten Hag.
But what's Ralph Rangnick's a consultant and you've got that John Murtaugh in the CEO seat. So at the end of the day, that's the chief, yeah.
Murtaugh and Fletcher are not going to to give up their positions.
No way.
Rangnick is being sidelined.
I thought I scammed my way into my government job. I don't know how Fletcher got a job doing that, man.
I'm telling you, mate. Honestly,
you've got to be. I think you've got to be part of the inner circle of the Man United.
Is Mike Phelan still there?
Ex-player, so on.
I haven't seen him. No.
Where's he gone, Adam?
He's probably back at Central Coast Mariners.
He's fallen asleep on the bench somewhere.
Yeah.
So Robin Van Persie.
He wasn't there before.
Robin Van Persie was playing with Feyenoord and then went into the management or the staff setup in an unofficial capacity at 37 years old.
If that's the case, we should have got Van Nistelrooy before he signed for PSV.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If we're going to bring former players.
Yeah. And
Van Persie was back then.
Van Nistelrooy's the man that I'd like.
Yeah, Van Persie was with us, 1-2 seasons? He was mainly an Arsenal man.
He was
mainly an Arsenal man.
Whereas
Van Nistelrooy was with us.
Arsenal fans hate him.
I've got a question for the three of you, because I read when this story came out about Van Persie, this was one of the lines they used in that headline. Ten Hag wants Manchester United legend Robin Van Persie as assistant. That word legend, would you associate that with Robin Van Persie and Manchester?
Hell no, I just said that.
I'll go first.
No chance.
I'll go first.
No, I don't know if I didn't hear you say. Don't yell at me.
Van Persie was a great buy for the one season he delivered the United's 20th title. He'll be known for wearing number 20, delivering 20th title. End of.
Yeah. And he joined because of Ferguson. Not
100%.
because the club. He came because of Ferguson, and he was so disappointed that Ferguson retired.
Adam, question from Emad. What is Van Persie a legend?
No way. Not even close, man. Not even close. Not even close. He's okay. He done well for us that season, but he came to win titles for himself. That's why he came to United. And I appreciate that he put in max effort for Manchester United. But when Fergie left, he really didn't do shit. You know, he just wanted out. His man went.
Moyes sold him.
Fergie left. Huh?
I think Van Gaal sold him. Is it Van Gaal who sold him? Because Moyes.
Van Gaal did.
Van Gaal did. Because Moyes, after Moyes got fired, Van Gaal sold him. So he literally... He wanted to stay, but
his fellow Dutchman sold him.
Yeah.
Shocking, eh?
And I called him like a great player to have played for United.
I think he was a great player. He was a great player.
Definitely a great player, but he's no legend.
No legend.
Okay.
Not enough. It wasn't
long
enough.
Think about it.
I don't even class Ronaldo as a legend, to be honest with you. I call him an awesome player, but he's not a legend.
That one, I think you're pushing it a bit, Adam. Adam is being a bit
rocky ground there, mate. Rocky ground.
Rocky ground here now. Adam, I know you're trying to. I know you're trying hard not to smile.
Clickbait, innit? It's clickbait.
What?
He was there 6 years, mate. Come on, listen. 3 league titles, Champions League, World Club Championship, FA Cup, 2 League Cups, 3 Charity Shields. He won everything as well. He won every trophy there was in UK.
Have a look at the side he was in. He wasn't the only one that played.
I get it. So that team.
No, you don't.
He was instrumental.
One last question. Would you call Tevez a legend?
That's for another time.
Would you call Tevez a legend?
Give me a break, man.
So you haven't asked me about the Van Persie situation.
Okay, sorry, Vimal.
I was waiting to give my response on that one.
Do you think he's a legend?
No, he's not a legend. He's not a legend. But the reason why Ten Hag wants him is because Ten Hag's English isn't top notch. And he wants an ex-player to be a conduit with that dressing room. So he wants someone to basically work with that team who's been there, done that, and work with existing players, existing squad, and be his voice.
I think that's not
to get across his message. I'm not saying I agree with it. That's what Ten Hag view is for Van Persie. That's
I don't buy this whole English isn't a strong language.
But you know, he went for the Tottenham job, and Levy said that his English is not good enough.
Really?
And that's why he didn't get the Tottenham job. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, he made some really strange demands with Levy as well.
Really?
The Dutch speak better English than the English.
I know, right? Exactly.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean,
who remembers when this guy came to England? He couldn't speak a word of English.
Who?
The guy who became Leicester manager, won them the first league title ever.
Ranieri.
Ranieri.
He went to Chelsea.
Dilly Dong.
When he came to Chelsea, he could not speak English at all.
Dilly Dong.
He used to have an interpreter right beside him after matches. Remember those days, Vimal, on Sky Sports?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
He was Chelsea manager. I couldn't speak a single word of English, but he did.
Yeah,
do you think Ronaldo will be here next season?
I don't know, you know.
Being a club legend, you would think he would stay, wouldn't you?
I knew. You see, Adam, he's so sly, isn't he? He's cheeky bugger. I'm
not shit stirring. I'm curious to know. If he's a club legend, do you think he will stick with the tough times?
No. I'm not going to answer that question, man.
Thank you, Emad. You answered my question.
Do you think he will call it quits?
Call your next witness.
I'm going to ask you this last question. Tevez or Van Persie, who was the bigger impact at United? Vimal, quickly. That's our last question.
Tevez or Van Persie? For me, it was, I think Tevez was a real workhorse. It was like a little pit bull that would just be natting at your feet.
He was very good, and he got rorted by Fergie.
Yeah, I liked Tevez. I wanted him to stay.
Yeah.
I thought he was instrumental to that squad because he was a real
2 seasons.
Workhorse.
Only 2 seasons.
Although Van Persie scored some amazing goals.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Adam, Tevez or Van Persie, who made the bigger impact for United?
Tevez was in a very good team. He was in a very, very good team. And Van Persie, he came when United never won the title the year before and City won it. And they brought Van Persie in. And he I won't say he carried the team. You got to remember, Paul Scholes came out of retirement as well. Okay? I was over in England at that time.
Hello. What's happening to everybody? Everybody all frozen? Everybody frozen? What's happening there?
Rewind, Adam.
Right. So Tevez played in a better team than Van Persie, right?
Definitely. And it's a shame that the team that Tevez was in, they never got the treble. You know,
Yeah, they were unlucky
But-
that FA Cup season. They lost that
As
on
a-
a very poor referee decision.
look
The FA
at
Cup.
that time when Tevez was in, we had Ronaldo, and he was a superstar for the team at the time, and you know, but we also had
Like
Berbatov.
Giggs,
we had
Scholes,
our defensive line like Vidic and Rio, and
solid man.
you know,
solid.
and then the midfield, you know, you had Carrick, you know, Carrick, Scholes, you know, Fletcher, you know, I mean, Fletcher was in and out with his disease that he had, but
What
as we
disease?
talk-
What disease did he have?
yeah, look, I'm not sure what it was called, but he had a disease that he was.
Bowels.
Sorry, what was it called?
It was something. It was not. It wasn't. It wasn't irritable bowel syndrome, but it was one of those diseases whereby he had to always use the restroom a lot.
Yeah.
Diarrhea.
So yeah.
Not exactly diarrhea.
No, it was bad. Yeah,
Let's-
it was.
let's
it,
round up
was
quickly.
it was really bad.
It was really
And,
bad. They had to do surgery.
Yeah, he was in and out of the team for a long time.
It was
But,
chronic bowel disease, ulcerative colitis.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so, but as an impact player, you got to say Van Persie, because
Okay.
Fergie had in his mind that Fergie knew that he wanted to retire, but he wanted to retire on a title,
Right.
and he made the moves, and definitely, you know, you had Van Persie with Wayne Rooney there as well, and you know, definitely, I believe Van Persie made a very big impact that season.
Right.
And,
Rooney was always a good provider, wasn't he? He was.
Yeah.
He was
I know he had a
very
couple
good.
of
He used to-
seasons.
but then he started dropping a little bit deeper.
Yes.
And
Like a
look,
quarterback.
one thing with Rooney is that used to shit me up the wall with him. He used to drop fairly deep and then, you know, try and whip that ball across all the time.
Like a midfielder.
And, yeah,
He played like a quarterback at times.
Yeah.
Finding the
we should do a pod on those last couple of seasons, I reckon.
yeah, we
That'd be
can.
very
We can.
good, all right?
We got a
do
lot.
that.
We got a lot of things to talk about. Compare
Yeah.
what players made more impact in things.
Yeah.
Like that. Right, Emad,
That's very good.
you're the last answer. So Tevez or Van Persie, who made the better? Who made the bigger impact?
I'm going to go. I'll agree with Adam. I'm going to say Van Persie had a bigger impact in that season in terms of who he was playing with compared to who Tevez played with. But in terms of a more successful United career, I'm going to say Tevez.
Tevez.
Yeah,
All right.
easy. Yeah, 100%.
All right, gentlemen.
I understand Tevez was playing in a great side, but it's not like he was being carried by everyone else.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
He
Yeah.
did his fair share of work.
That's
He did his fair share. His fair share.
Oh, yeah.
He
He
was
was
a very
hot,
good
mate.
player.
He was very good. Yeah.
I mean, the goal.
He was
I can't remember
rorted.
I can't remember who was against. There was a goal where some beautiful passing in the midfield, and it went up to Rooney, who was in the box, and he backheeled it just without looking, just backheeled it, and Tevez come and just side-footed it into the goal.
You saw Tevez how good he was really again when he went to Man City. You know,
Right.
he was very
He
good
was still
there.
good, still
You
good
know,
player.
he was
Very good
always
player.
up for it.
Right.
I'd like to. My memory stops at that season. Just
Mm.
Right.
He became the kind of the bad pantomime villain, didn't he? When he
Okay.
switched sides.
It's time for me to go get the kids.
holding up that
Time for me to
tombstone.
go get the kids out for school.
Yeah.
I'm going to
All
bed
right.
very soon.
I've got to
So,
go to work.
gentlemen, go. You got to go to work.
Yeah, mate.
All right. Well, I've got to go to bed.
10 o'clock start.
Gentlemen, it's been an absolute fun day today. We've had a good time, but we will try and do the post match after the Everton game on Saturday or Sunday, time allowing. But hopefully, United get 3 points. That's all I want, just 3 points, and we'll see if any breaking news comes out. We'll come on. But absolutely, Emad, thank you for joining us. Adam, thank you very much, and
No problem.
Vimal, thank you very much. Say, tell Princess Sienna, we're
Will
good.
do. Are we
All
doing
right.
the Sui or the Buoy or something else?
I don't know what we are, where we are. There's no sue because we're scoring, we're winning, so I don't think we should be suing.
Then
Till,
it's a buoy then, isn't it?
so which one's the
See
which
later.
one?
It's a buoy.
So
too many draws. Top 4 gone. We've dropped down to 7.
Emad's itching to go to work. So,
It's a buoy, isn't it? Let's go. Ready?
Yeah.
all right,
yeah,
guys.
go
I'm not
1,
doing that,
2,
eh?
3.
Three.
Boo.
Jim's
All
got
right,
his
guys.
X-Men going on.
I'll catch you
Gotta
guys
go.
later.
Yeah.
All right, you take it easy. Bye.
See ya.
All right.
See ya.